The stranger in Site 16. They say summer is the season of freedom. Bonfires, stargazing, late-night swims. But sometimes, when the fire dies down and the forest goes quiet, freedom turns to fear. This is a true story about 4 friends, a forgotten campsite, and the thing that watched them all night from the trees. Jenny, Rachel, Mike, and Devin were all in their 20s. College friends who stayed close after graduation. Every summer, they'd take a weekend to unplug. No phones, no signal, no worries. Just beer, tents, and ghost stories. In 2019, they chose Whispering Pines Campground in rural Pennsylvania. A quiet stretch of woods with only 20 sites and 1 part-time ranger. Perfect. They arrived later than expected, nearly 9:30 at night. The sun was down. Mist was already curling around the tree trunks. When they reached the entrance, they found an old wooden cabin, the ranger station. A single yellow light glowed above the door. The ranger, a wiry man in his 60s with a sunken face and dark eyes, stepped outside. His name tag said, Harlan. You kids picked a strange night to camp. Storm's coming. Maybe stick to Site 8 or 10. What's wrong with Site 16? People say it's off. I don't like sending folks up there. Some don't sleep right after. We'll risk it. Just keep your fire lit and don't wander. Naturally, they chose Site 16, the most remote one, overlooking a still black lake. The trees were thicker there, closer. The moon barely touched the dirt. They pitched tents, lit a fire, opened beers, laughed. For a while, it was perfect. But around midnight, things started feeling off. Jenny went to use the outhouse up the trail. The woods were quiet. Too quiet. Halfway back, she heard footsteps behind her. Heavy, slow, matching her own. She froze. So did the steps. She turned, shined her flashlight. Nothing. Back at camp, she tried to shake it off. But then, Devin's boots were found across the site, laid side by side, facing the woods. The cooler was unzipped, and at 1:46 a.m., they all heard it. Jenny, is someone in your tent? I zipped it shut. Devin crept over, flung the flap open. No one was inside, but the sleeping bag looked disturbed, warm. They didn't go back in their tents after that. They pulled their camp chairs into a circle around the fire, eyes wide, firewood stacked high. At exactly 3:12 a.m., they heard barking from the direction of Site 9, frantic, angry barking, like the dog was seeing something it hated or feared. Then Rachel stood, her mouth opened, and she pointed into the trees. Who the hell is that? 30 feet into the woods stood a figure, tall, thin, not moving. Its arms hung too long, its head tilted, like it was trying to understand what it was looking at. No flashlight, no gear, no expression. It didn't respond to their shouts. It just watched, then slowly turned and walked into the woods. But the way it moved, jerky, like a puppet with cut strings. Not human. At first light, they packed in silence, eyes red, limbs trembling. They didn't speak a word until they hit the road. Jenny drove. 3 days later, she called the ranger station. Whispering Pines, who's this? We stayed at Site 16 last weekend. Something followed us. We saw it. Site 16. You didn't hear? Hiker went missing there last year, 6'4". Name was Greg Ellis. Never found a body. No gear. Just vanished. Do you think that's what we saw? Some folks say he's still out there. Or at least, something that used to be him. Click. Jenny never went camping again. Mike refuses to talk about it. Devin moved out of state. And Rachel, she says sometimes when she's walking home from work, she hears whistling, low, hollow, from behind trees, and it always stops when she looks back. That was The Stranger in Site 16, a true horror story from the summer of 2019. If you're thinking of going off-grid this summer, maybe take the ranger's advice. Stick to Site 8